And we're
on
unlimited.
Monday?
Well, right now I'm doing Colombia for you.
Okay.
Wait, why isn't this recording KSP? Why isn't this working?
What's not working?
Kerbal Space Program isn't screen capturing. Okay, let's try this. No, it's not recording screen. Kerbal. Huh.
Woohoo! And double check. Checking zone. Oh. Wait, what?
Are you in
that
a
was
Zeus
weird.
slot?
Well, I have the ping box, and I was in the Zeus, but I was not in the Zeus slot.
You're breaking shit again.
Yes.
Well, you're admin, right?
Yeah, exactly. Protection
try and get this right.
zone.
Wait, this can cure bleeds. Interesting.
Looks absolutely correct.
That's a bit useless. Just got bleed instantly again.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you too.
There's someone in my chat. Happy Halloween.
Of course.
Happy Halloween, Ghost.
You're gonna get the people to that. I don't know. Are people going around trick or treating today? Then is that how it works?
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend I'm not home because I forgot to buy candy, and if I bought candy, I would eat it myself.
We're in the middle of
Yeah.
a fucking pandemic. I'm not answering the door to people.
No, I think they actually in my place where we have all the apartment stuff, they made like a list last year where everybody that had kids or wanted to also be able to visit and had candy, they could write themselves on the list, and then they only went around to those.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that worked quite well apparently. I wasn't on it, so I don't know, but being antisocial.
Okay.
Bit much stress.
Ah, fuck. Fuck. Got to update the name.
This is
This
weird.
didn't work
Is
as I expected.
preferences? No. Where is it you set that template name thing?
Save as.
Attributes, multiplayer. Maybe?
You guys can hear KSP, you just can't see it.
What are we doing, sorry?
Where is it you set the scenario name?
Attributes general.
Ah. Yes.
Yeah.
What version is this gonna be? 3.1?
This is 3.1, yeah. So,
Oh, this guy has rabies. That's not good.
Where would we
thank you,
put?
Kirkhammer.
Would we put brackets modern in the title of the scenario or somewhere else?
Oh,
Do you
was it just
remember
gonna have to
Spot?
look like this?
say again, sorry, I just literally jumped up. I was
No
in my room
problem.
somewhere. What did you say?
Do we put brackets modern in the template title or somewhere else?
You can put brackets mod, so mod.
Yeah.
That's not that.
And we don't binarize them just because there's no point.
No.
Although it does improve load times, doesn't it?
I believe it does.
Fuck it,
but
binarize it.
But depending on the size, like it might be nicheable. It's more of a thing.
Yeah,
With,
since these are like 1 megabyte.
yeah, it's more of a thing with the some mods, some specific parts of mods where it makes sense to binarize it, but not even then they don't do it because it breaks something else sometimes. And I think the main uses for the templates was to avoid people being able to see how they were made or something.
Yeah, so if we binarize it, it means people won't be able to just read the SQM file. But I don't see an issue with if people want to break open the frickin'. If
Yeah.
people want to break it open, they can break it open.
We've had instances of that happen before, haven't we?
But then again, it's also helped Crowded and I debug stuff.
And to be honest, some of the stuff you can binarize again and get some stuff out, not everything. This guy first.
Through the sky, 200 degrees. That's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit.
Every time I hear that song, I'm thinking of the guy doing the miming dance to it. But they have to guess without hearing the music what song he's performing.
I
In terms of
always,
that one.
I always think of, remember that Cadbury's advert? Anyone remember
No?
the Cadbury's advert?
What is Cadbury's?
What? Is Cadbury's only a British thing?
I have no idea what you're talking about, mate.
Yeah,
Cadbury's
same.
is a British chocolate company.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's only a British thing. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cadbury's Dairy Milk. It's chocolate. It's like the best chocolate in the world.
It is. It's awesome.
Hmm.
Right. So you're doing Colombia, did you say?
Columbia's done. Would you also... Where is Tanoa? I'll do Tanoa next.
You don't have to. I just want to have a quick look at some areas on Colombia to see where I could do my mission things. Problem is, I don't think Colombia has the elevation I want for my help.
Time.
I'll do Tanoa. It will take me maybe 20 minutes. And it is what I am doing today anyway.
Time to continue developing spas plates.
That's gonna be good enough.
Actually, Colombia has got some elevation.
I'd see shit though.
Yeah, that's what I want. The entire scenario is all jungle based.
Yeah. Give to Big Wang.
What?
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 Huh?
What? What? Shut up.
What are you on about?
Don't know.
No one
It
knows.
ain't got a label on it.
Ah,
You hobbitses.
Change. Why the fuck? Of all the things it binarizes, why does it not binarize this? That's stupid. Blue 4. Up 4.
Oh, that's why that was an issue. Okay.
Oh, I could do Colombia. Colombia would work for my needs. Oh, I need somebody to show me how they do that thing where they say do stuff in the editor, then they can import it onto the map.
Oh yeah, of course.
I don't
The
understand.
mission and export.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
guess
okay, yeah.
Win could just launch that template when he's
Yeah,
done. And
give me a sec.
go.
Just need to set a few settings, then I can show it to you, Cecil.
Yeah.
Great.
Come on. Just necro play.
Puff the magic dragon.
Yes.
Fuck's sake, get out of my head.
Fuck off.
16 crit. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, crit.
Who quit? Huh?
Crit. As in C.
I've noticed we do seem to be using Columbia a lot, don't we?
Hmm.
It's a very
It is a
good map.
It is an
It
awesome
is.
map.
And there is so much
I
shit
know.
on it.
I'm literally going down the right side at the moment where we haven't even been. I'm like, where it's a bit more open. I'm like, oh my god.
And perhaps people in our community
Ideas.
like drugs.
Or just like fighting in the jungle rather than, being in the desert all the time.
Or they just
Yeah.
like drugs.
Well, my mission on Monday, you're going to be destroying drug lab. So, yeah.
Alright, Cecil. If you join my stream. While watching Mark, of course.
Naturally.
Because, wait, I'm watching Mark.
Wait, you're not watching,
You're-
Mark?
Yes, you are.
I'm not watching Mark, but to be fair, that's probably because I'm playing Nerds of Warcraft.
Wait, is Mark streaming?
Yes, Mark is streaming. Hi, Rendex.
Mark streams?
Wait,
I know,
I'm
I
streaming
wasn't
right
there.
now?
Apparently.
What is this witchery?
Someone had told me.
Moar
Yeah.
Boosters.
Mark never tells anyone. He just likes to keep it quiet. Silly Mark and me.
Righty then.
I blame
so
Salt.
I'm watching you, the Windows.
Yes, I am just putting down a couple of things.
Hi, Nuts.
Mark, do we have any
Alright,
time frame for KSP2 yet?
so I've basically
I don't know.
you can build
Okay.
almost anything in the editor, just make sure it's not simple objects. You then add editable objects around the things that you want to save. Make sure that it is in this left-hand side. All the things you want to save.
You have to go in. You have to go in
Is
as
this
a play.
building in Zeus? Yeah.
This
No,
is in
this-
Zeus, yes. This is after I build everything I wanted to build.
Yeah, in editor, so
In editor, yes. Just make sure that they're not simple objects.
These
okay.
what you have to. A good way to
No,
do it is
so how-
to update. There's actually a module for it, isn't there? Update edible objects.
Yeah, the problem is then you also get the spawn, and you will put the spawn in twice.
No, Win,
I've not had that issue when I did that.
Win, what you can do, right click,
Yeah.
and then the editable options. No, just click on the editable objects, the first one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then you can do you can untick the statics at the bottom if you don't want, or you can
Yeah,
set the
so
radius.
I know how to do that in Zeus.
Or you can do
It's
all
if,
mission objects.
if you build it in editor, and then how do you?
Then you
Import
go
it
in, you
into-
say, then you put down a player. Okay, we are now back in the editor.
Yeah, that's what the editor to the servers basically.
Ah, okay.
Yes. So, I am now in the editor.
Yeah.
You then have at least one player,
Yeah.
and well, if you're not doing it with our loadout thingy magic, I'll just pop
Wait,
down
yeah.
one dude.
When I just realised the problem you're going to have. The reason you have the spawn area is because you're using the template.
Yeah.
When we
Yeah.
build in just Eden Editor on the map.
You
We
do
don't
not
You
have
don't need a
it.
template
Oh.
for it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
You
also,
can play-
And you just put down the small
I'd also
templates.
point out, that you can create templates now in Eden and bring them across to Zeus, right?
Yeah, you can.
That's what I'm asking how to do.
You just literally save it as a template in Eden.
Cecil, do you want
Save it as
templates?
a custom composition. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I
that's
can
the
do
word.
custom compositions. I meant how do people like when they build a load of stuff and it appears exactly on the map.
Yeah.
That's
Where they
that's
built it.
exporting as an SQL file.
Yeah.
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 Okay, Cecil, look here now. I am here in the middle.
You guys can't see, but whenever you say SQL, I twitch.
SQL,
I
SQL,
wanna
SQL, SQL,
build
SQL.
a lot of base gates.
Lottery biscuit, base gate.
Yes. Now these are here. I play the mission.
Yeah.
Right now, because I'm on the template, I'm just gonna do this, but otherwise you could just put down one man and just play as him.
Oh no. Oh no. Success! They lived.
It is thinking.
Right.
You go into Zeus.
Mm.
Where was it? Was it over here I built it? Yeah. Click on edible objects. Just right click and then click on this thing.
Yeah. So I know to do that if you put it in, and then I just yes, it's to make it so it appears as an
Yeah.
SQL.
Yeah. Now everything is there. Go into modules. There's export mission SQF.
Okay.
Click that. Entire missions, including map markers, and then editable objects only.
Okay.
But if you include map markers, you won't be able to change them in the mission.
Yeah, they'll be made a mission file thing. Click OK. Then you have this thing. Copy it to clipboard. Put it in a text file. And then you load a new mission.
Oh, this is much worse.
Well, then you go onto the server.
Mm.
Oh no.
You select the execute code.
Okay.
Plop it down.
About-
You put the thing in. You just from your
Text file.
text file.
Yep.
And put it on server.
Make sure you save it in Notepad, because if you save it in Word or Google Docs, it might format it and that'll bugger it up.
Yeah.
And make
Okay.
sure you don't do it locally, because then it will only be on your machine.
And it
Don't
will
do it
melt your
globally.
computer.
And don't do it globally, because then it will spawn one in for each player connected.
So the server spawns all the shit in and and even if it takes a minute for things to appear, don't do it twice.
Yes.
What was that? Do it
So only
twice.
execute code once.
Yes.
Always do it twice.
See, now I have one that I have there, and the one from that's been placed.
Yeah, that's how I did Inkerman for the you helped me with this.
That's how I did
That's how I've done all the Jaeger's mission and the Storm the Castle as well. Although be aware that if you're doing drift setting and you're placing stuff on top of each other, and to do that you have disabled the simulation, then this way will not remember if you disable or not disable simulation. You had to do that afterwards.
So basically,
So
you have all the simulations enabled, and then.
Yeah, when you spawn in, it will all be enabled. And if you have stuff, which I had in one mission.
Yeah, if you hide terrain features,
Yeah, that
you have to do that before you execute the code again.
Okay.
Or if you have stuff that is placed inside other stuff with disabled simulation, it will blow up when you spawn it in.
Yeah.
So you can either manually change the scripts, which I did, but that's a bit.
Rad also made a tool for disabling simulation on everything in his text file, but that was just weird.
Handy though.
Aha!
That is the magic of it, Cecil.
Mark, that looks vaguely rude.
You look vaguely
No.
rude.
Have you made a space penis?
Are you making the blue whatchamacallit?
I have not made a space penis. Yet.
Isn't
We're
that the
working.
objective?
Look
on
at
this.
it again.
You're a space penis.
Look at it again. It is a long, thin rocket with a ballooning head.
All rockets are long and thin with a ballooning head if you look at it.
Are you making all your rockets as phallic in shape?
Well, if you haven't noticed, but most rockets are phallic in shape.
They're also made by men.
So now we know
Are
the
you
real motivation behind
Going
all
down,
rocket
going down.
engineers.
It's actually a bit fun. They kind of pranks to pull on each other. So like, NASA doesn't want like specific JPL and other stuff to have logos on the space missions, but they try and sneak it in where they can. So was it like the parachute for the Mars rover that landed had like JPL in it.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh
That
no.
worked.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no! It is it's a dick.
It barely landed.
I think you need some kind of more stability control, Mark.
You don't seem to have the right control surfaces on that one.
Yeah.
Oh no! Whee!
Oh, poor Kerman. Or Jebediah, or whoever it was.
Are you
I
playing
can
Mother?
fix
Debediah
this.
and Bill.
I can fix this. I can fix this. I know what to do. I know what I'm doing.
Are you playing Mudded, Mark?
He apparently knows what
No,
he's
actually. I know what I'm doing. I totally know what I'm doing.
Of course you do, Mark. Of course you do.
I don't have a sticky out tongue face right now. Sticky out tongue face. Ta-da.
Crowded, why do we always end in a Discord chat channel and I get hungry and I start looking at burgers?
Because you want to make me order food. That's usually how it goes, right?
Okay.
Gotta keep those fast foods in Odense going.
Yeah, true. Oh well, I actually have leftover from last night, so we have some oxyculite, well marinated on the grill, and some cream potatoes, I guess it's called.
Yeah.
And some salad. Which is very good because I can barely walk right now, so I'm happy I don't have to go out and buy something.
I'm still curious on what the fuck a French taco is.
It's a taco that's French.
Does it come with like?
It has snails in it.
Oh
Got
yeah.
lots of cheese and wine in it.
It has a mini baguette. Baguette.
So-
It has
so-
a mini beret on it, and
Okay,
it's it's a bit fed up with life.
French taco menu. Taco with fries,
Does it come with a
homemade
yellow whisk?
cheese sauce, cheddar, mozzarella, crispy chicken, some weird thing I can't pronounce, and burger dressing. There's nothing French or taco about this.
It looked like your separated first stage nearly rear-ended your second stage there, Mark. Also, does the second stage not have engines?
It does have engines, but the point of this isn't to get to space. This is just a test.
Ah. Did Bill and Jebediah know that? Or did you neglect to tell them?
Wait, I was supposed to tell them?
Those poor Kerbals.
Did you at least give them parachute?
That would negate the part of the test because then they're
Get efficiency.
This is a test of the safety systems. We can't give them extra safety systems.
see, Ed gets it.
No. I get so paranoid playing this game. Everything that pops up.
Were you trying to land back at the launch site? Are you? Yeah. It appears you've missed it now. Maybe your Kerbal pilot wasn't the best one to choose. Whoever it is. Fire Bill or Jebediah. Or actually, the way this is likely going to end, you won't need to fire them. You'll just need to get
Well,
replacements.
they're about to get fired. One way or another, they're about to get fired.
Your engines appear to be glowing a bit hot there.
It's fine. He's in space, right?
Where are you even going to land now?
There's a runway there.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm
What?
sure.
Are you sure that that's the runway you want to land on, though? That could be Russia.
Well, either way, it's going to
It
be a
could be
very
the Great
long.
Rivals.
Either way, it's going to be a very long.
Go, Cecil, say hi to your sister.
Yeah. Sarah needed it.
These
Get it
control
back.
surfaces are.
Wayne, stop trying to get Cecil to seduce his sister for you. It's weird.
But he hasn't answered if she's fit yet.
Or single. You don't know either.
Well,
Or is it just that that's not important?
She's got some friends.
it's not as important as the
They're
other
still
question.
keeping Sarah's
It's a
best
redesign,
on
slight
the safe
redesign.
didn't have a quilt.
Slight redesign, as in you're redesigning
In
everything.
flight.
That's all it is.
What will be left that was actually part of it in the first place?
I love it.
Hmm.
Feel lucky that I muted my headset mic then because I just burped loudly.
What sniper rifle? They're it's definitely gonna be a bolt action, but which one?
FRF2? Just so you can please bowl him.
He's not going to be playing.
Is he not back by tomorrow?
FRF2.
Is he back tomorrow?
No.
No.
I don't actually know when he gets back.
He said he was off
Okay.
for a week.
In that case, give him the FRF2 so you can displease bowl him because you gave them one and he wasn't here to take it.
Is that semi-automatic or fully automatic?
No, the FRF2 is bolt action.
Why is it not coming up?
Was
Are you
Borland
talking
even
about-
real to begin with?
That's in the French mod, isn't it?
Yes.
Is it the PGM ultimate ratio or the PGM hector?
No, it should just literally be the FR space F2.
It's in the French mod.
Yeah.
It's
It's their
pretty
bolt action sniper
solid.
rifle. It's just their 7.62 as far as.
Apparently, it's got a really fast rate of fire.
Well, it's definitely a bolt action. Because if you look at it, like there is literally a bolt.
I don't think everything's loaded correctly with my thing.
I've had it sometimes. Are you a needed editor?
Oh, FRF2.
Yes.
Got a rate of fire of 600 rounds per minute.
It should, because it's definitely a bolt action.
Well, that's what they're saying. It's got a rate of fire as.
Okay. Apparently the French can. I'm not sure how to read this, but the French can manipulate something with their hand at a rate far faster than anyone else in the world. So
Oh, this is a problem.
I imagine that's why the men always look so dejected, because the women want them to use their hand. Oh,
Too much prod. Bloody hell.
Food, 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 food.
It's already time to eat dinner. That's a bit early, isn't it?
No, I haven't eaten anything yet.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that definitely hasn't got a rate of fire of 600 rounds per minute.
yeah, because they're in no way in hell can it, because it's a fucking the bolt action.
Mm. But if you sort by rate of fire, apparently it's got a rate of fire of 600 rounds a minute. So apparently the M107 also has a rate of fire of 600 rounds per minute. Wow, Lee Enfield Railed has a rate of fire of 40 rounds per minute. Okay, how has a pump action shotgun got a rate of fire of 100 rounds per minute? That is really not right.
Well, if I was playing hot dogs, sausages, and hand grenades, I'd show you. But yeah,
120 rounds per minute, though.
so all the stats in the ace thing are very wrong.
Yes. I'm going to go with that. We go with that.
All the stats in the those stats, yeah, those are very wrong.
Good rolls.
I mean, what do you reckon? M40 A5s or M24 SWS? Same rate of fire, same weight. How long we got Swedish camo for?
Project
Wow.
Oak4.
That's cool.
Project Bluefor.
Oh, Bluefor, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're Swedes. They should be an Op4.
Now.
Okay. Oh, we have a one with an
I thought that was the Swiss.
Them too.
I'm not making it back to the runway, but this is proving a point.
I see disembodied eyes floating in arsenic. What?
What?
Quite specifically, Doctor.
I think Lush works better for. Does Lush work better for Columbia or does Jungle? I think Lush will, personally.
It's the last one.
So,
It's just me dying here in a second.
Eh. Not my worst landing, not my best landing.
does snipers need ballistic protection? Personally, I don't think they should unless they're getting the shit. What rifle have they got? M40A1.
Start to see. Respawn. Oh. This Oh, to do that every time.
Small intakes.
Oh. That's not good.
Change this. Yes, because I've got an error.
Aha!
Did we find out which laser designator was working? No, the vanilla one worked.
Alright, we use doll. Yeah, Spot, we found a very weird bug in Ed's mission. That apparently launchers, lock-on launchers, they don't work outside the map unless you're very close to people.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That was so weird.
I'd say I expect nothing less of armor, but that is definitely weird.
It was just really fucking weird.
Yeah, we thought it was broken and we didn't know what the fuck to do until we realised that they needed to move just onto the corner of the map part and then it worked.
Yeah.
Here we go. I think I've got this working. Doesn't look very interesting.
go as a 27. So zoom.
Oh fuck, how do I make height terrain bigger in the editor?
Change the size of it.
All of the propellant weight.
In it? Ah, there we go.
So you can make it to like a popcorn as well.
Right, I think I got pretty much my sniper loadout. Yep, I'm going to just yeah. Question, how effective is this cannon?
Yeah, this thing flies pretty good.
Good.
Wait, what?
I just learned something interesting.
What's
You
that?
know, in Resident Evil, the stars are the Special Tactics and Rescue Squad in Raccoon City.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out that the tactical unit of the Singapore Police Force is literally called Special Tactics and Rescue Star. So if I was them, I'd be worried about ever being deployed anywhere that's like a mansion in the woods.
So it flew pretty good. Landing, however,
For a brick, he flew pretty good.
flew pretty good. I need to work on the landing. Okay.
Well, I saw a design today, Mark, where they made a RC plane out of a leaf blower. Essentially, just stuck a leaf blower on top of a airframe, and it did flew.
Flew pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Oh.
And spotter.
Destroyed yet. That's right.
No, fuck.
Hmm?
Ignore that.
No what?
Spark, ignore that message.
I'll be AFK for a bit. I need to put some ice on my knee.
Yeah. Get better, mate.
Thanks. See you in a
You
bit.
hurt yourself.
Bye.
Yeah, it's still recuperation from the operation, and I made a wrong movement yesterday, so I can't really walk on it right now.
Okay.
It's swollen up again. I had it once before, so it gets better, but it's a long process.
Alright. Insertion helicopters do we not use very often?
All of them.
You shut up, you.
Actually, we use
Things
the Black
that
Hawk,
are
but-
not French or American.
So Merlin?
Yeah.
So we use the Black Hawk actually. We don't use the Merlin too much.
Sorry, you. What about an MI8?
That's fairly rare.
Fuck, wrong button.
To be honest, I'd like to see the Mi-24 being used a bit more because it's an
Yeah.
attack chopper and a transport.
But that doesn't really fit into my mission.
Oh,
Bless you.
Ooh, Huey. Gotta love a Huey. Everybody loves a Huey.
bless you
Huey?
to whoever just sneezed so loudly that we could hear it.
I think that was my mother. I'll tell you what, next mission I run, I'll let you use the hind, okay? Right?
Oh dear.
How many people can actually fit in a Merlin?
Probably a fair few.
14, I think.
14. You can carry 3.5 ton, which is pretty accurate because the real thing can only carry. Not cool. I want the door gunner variant. Gonna do is Merlin. Yeah, I would use the MI-24, but it doesn't really go with the mission. I'm trying to do. 18 passengers a Merlin can fit in it.
Wow.
And that's
no,
not
no.
including the gunners. I know the MI can fit 19. Huey can fit 8 passengers.
Damn it, armor!
It's armor gun.
Put things on top of each other.
We'll do that.
Like, the really, really nice CQP area Sparkus made just absolutely got fucked when I spawned it in.
You broke my PvP zone.
Yeah, but I'm fixing it.
Spent fucking ages on that.
I can see that! Why do you think I'm spending time preparing it?
Nobody saw my PvP zone.
You spent far too long on that
Why didn't we get to see it?
because we loaded into it and yeah,
It was just too majestic for you all.
How many people can fit in MI8? Let's have a look. 16 passengers in the back at the moment.
That's done. Settings time.
Yes. That might give the players a choice. MI8 or Merlin? Am I too nice with choices?
No.
Yes. Got them home safe. I can't, criticize that.
Right, I'm going to jump off for a bit. Ladles and jelly spoons.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Oh,
Catch you all in a bit.
Bye.
Wait, is Mariner in here? I just heard a
think
Mariner.
so.
Oh,
No.
I heard
I
Mariner
think
for a second.
you
I was
might
like,
have
what?
heard a fish.
Oh.
that was a fish. Yes, hello.
Hello, fish.
Like this.
Stop shooting out my helicopter, for God's sake.
Stop blowing holes in my ship.
Alright, time for test.
Wish this would tell me
Wow,
how
I
long
didn't
it
realize
runs
we had-
for.
Sorry. Let's see which pig this MI8 is to flash.
Really? One fucking sandbag.
It's really powerful enough.
Why have you got
I have a sandbag that's floating where it should not be floating. And somehow I missed it.
We still have the ability that if we teleport players, they can parachute in somewhere.
Do you want to rephrase that so we can understand it?
Okay, I want to teleport some players into an area, but I want them to parachute in. They want to parachute in.
Yes, we have scattered teleport in Crow's modules.
And that will give you a shoot and...
No, it will not give them a shoot. They have to have the shoot themselves.
Okay. But it will scatter them. Do you choose the distance? I've never used the scatter teleport.
Yeah, there's options. You can do height, spread, and you can even dictate how
The
many.
pattern.
Yeah, you can do patterns. So like you can literally do it like in a line, from like, and it can tell you can do the direction. So you can literally do it as like they've been jumping out of an aircraft one by one.
Okay.
If you do the P pattern, it will look like the first penis ever drawn on a computer in vector-based graphics.
We're just gonna nod our heads and just accept that we know what that means.
Because basically, Wind, the plan is...
You do know Mark is streaming.
Should we dive into another channel and I can discuss that?
I was gonna
That's
say, I'm guessing
fine. There's
that's
only like 8 people watching, and I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
some
but
of
one
these
of them
people
might be
don't.
playing my off.
Well,
Yeah,
one of them's
do you
Ed, one
know-
of them's Crowded, one of them's you,
Do you know the easiest
one of them's
solution?
Nuts, one of them's Renix, and the other one's Wind. So there's only like realistically like 2 people in there who play with us, like who are not part of the moderation team.
That's all. There is a solution.
What?
What
Don't
is
you
that?
fucking dare.
Mark knew. Mark knew. Disconnect Mark, or drag Mark down into another channel.
I would.
No,
I would
but we
do that.
like
The
Mark.
I'll
problem
drag you
is-
down.
The problem
Oh.
is, out of everybody in this room, I am technically the only a moderator. You guys are all armored server people-y stuff.
But technically, it was still moderators. It's like
And
it's just
there is
like a
one
little
person
bit-
who is more than that.
I have
Yeah,
a
but
liability.
Oh,
we
yeah,
can still
because,
disconnect.
I can
you
move,
just
Mark.
moved
I
me?
didn't realise I could.
Yeah,
Come
we get no special privileges over the rest of you. Especially not the Ralph Wiggum of us.
You
I'm
feel
a
like-
server up.
I feel so betrayed.
Do you though? Do you really?
Not really.
Alright, Kadal. Oh, did I do that?
I just want
Yes,
to
I
point
did.
out I am not overcompensating.
See, now that you've said that, though, you know, you've put the thought in our heads.
Oh, that's not overcompensating. That's just enough.
Also, if yours looks like that, go see the doctor.
My person.
Crowded. He's gone into the gulag. Mark, I am slightly perturbed by the fact that you've put your capsule at the top on a different way to how that I feel that should be facing.
No, because the engine bump is like that, so it's
No,
inferior.
it's wrong. Your top part should be rotated 90 degrees.
No, because I'm going to be going that way, and because of the aerodynamics of it being a plane, so that the wings are. No, otherwise I'd have to do a roll maneuver, and yeah, I'm not doing a roll maneuver. Oh my god, this thing is still fucking burning.
What I want to know is, where is all this money coming from? I don't think the Kerbal economy can support this for long.
Aha, that's why. Sandbox mode.
Kerbal economy is remarkably robust.
Robust enough for all Mark's penis jets? Penis rockets?
Oh,
I
no.
mean,
Oh,
the
no.
entire world is designed around a single rocket program, so you know.
Nailed it. Nothing
the
and
fuck,
nothing was
Mark?
lost.
Except the, you know, the inertia and the energy that was lost in having to do a fucking
No,
loop-de-loop.
that is part of the launch procedure.
Is it?
Otherwise, there'd be too much energy, and I would end up in too high of an orbit. And we
But
can't
otherwise
have
Otherwise, your crew would be terrified enough.
See that they don't. They look fine. They're fine.
That's because Kerbals have the mental capacity of a rock.
See, and those rocks are fine. And
A blue and purple flame. Are you still trying to stay suborbital?
no, I'm trying to go orbit, but I'm trying to at least use the fuel as efficiently as I can.
I'm gonna say if you just go direct up, that tends to help.
There we go. That's pretty much about as efficient as I can sort of use it.
Oh,
Well, it's seemingly like right far out. But that's actually as efficient as I can kind of get it. Because then it's like I've gone sideways quite far, quite fast. The next
Hey.
test.
did you get there just as you've run out of fuel?
No, I've got loads of fuel. The next test will be to time it with the coming round of the station so that I can meet the station as it's coming round. And
How's
dock
there a
with it.
station in orbit if you're still trying to figure out how to get to orbit?
No, I'm trying to get this thing into orbit. I know how to get to orbit.
Just leave them up there for 24 hours. You'll be fine.
I've only been in space for like a minute.
Are
3
you,
templates done.
are you trying to basically do a resupply mission to the space shuttle? The space station?
Kinda. This is more of a resupply. Like, this is one of the ships I'm coming up with just to get Kerbals into space. Oh, put that up.
Right. Well. Well.
And
Isn't there still fuel left?
did I just use the momentum of flinging it round to just launch this off to get in the right trajectory? Yes, I did.
Ah, the tried and true. Make your ship spin around before you decouple so that you don't hit, so it doesn't hit you later.
And you get a little bit of angular momentum.
Jebediah and Bill look a bit scared.
What are you talking about there? Look, they're happy.
That's not a happy face.
Look at those smiles.
Good job. There's a good job that there's no sound from them fucking screaming.
Right.
We don't have the
They're gonna get bombarded by cosmic rays and become the first Kerbal SCPs.
or they're gonna
Both of you
become
to
the
assume
Fantastic
all
Four.
Kerbals are not SCPs.
Yeah. Also, how did you not go into Fantastic Four when you said that?
I was copying off them, but you know, instead of becoming superheroes, they become horrors of the world. Well, this is where we learned that the actual SCP is the planet itself, and all the Kerbals are actually just basically the equivalent of head lice.
I wondered
And
where
the
you were
planet-
going with that, and headlights were not on the top of the list.
And the planet is slowly getting terrified. Because can you imagine if your head lice suddenly just fucking started launching orbital rockets off the top of your head? Did
I'd
you
be
just
very
send one of them
impressed.
outside?
And
Is he literally just clinging onto the door like an idiot? And is that a parachute?
oh yeah, there is a parachute on his back. Yeah.
Are you purposely trying to make him lost in space?
Oh.
No,
I
he's
should've-
EVAing.
Unable to remove helmet. Mark, what are you doing?
I don't actually know how much fuel I've got in here.
Probably not
Yeah,
that
so
much.
maybe, don't move him too far away. Jesus, what are you trying to do to the poor Kerbal?
Oh, I've
Think-
just attached it.
I think
Mark,
teleporting this guy at 5,000 meters was a bad idea.
Mark.
headline's going to read Kerbal Space Director Maniac who made one of Kerbal's go into space and get lost.
Or first Kerbal EVA 360 around new spacecraft.
What are you doing to him?
Yeah.
Don't-
Nothing too excited.
I'm really confused as to what your actual plan here is. Are you trying to recreate what was that film with
Aha.
he's getting further and further away? What was that film with Sandra Bullock where she was an astronaut in space?
Gravity.
Yeah. Are you trying to recreate that, are you? Are you trying to get him to re-enter orbit to see if the suits are built to tolerance or not?
Ew.
Not
Much
but if
better.
I was this Kerbal, I would be terrified of being this far away from my spacecraft. Especially if like some unknown person was controlling my my rocket.
Mark, if you're responding, we can't hear you.
No, I'm not talking, I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
Are you really abandoning that Kerbal?
No!
Well, why are you letting him drift further and further away from the...
Aha! Hello!
Is that literally all you wanted to do?
Yeah!
Fuck's sake, Mark.
That
Look
smile,
at his
though.
happy face!
That's not happy! I am concerned that you don't know what a happy face looks like.
How do you pick him back up again?
You don't. He's lost now. He's been confined to die alone in space because Mark wanted a fucking photo op.
Oh god. Boop!
Oh.
A boop, Jeb. Alright, let's get this back.
Poor Jeb. You're gonna get back in and slap the other one upside the head like what did you do that for? He's like, I'm safe.
I thought he was just going to sit on the outside of the ship there.
Yeah, just like death grip the door. Like, I'm not letting go. I'm not letting go.
Don't let go, Jack. Don't let go.
Oh, you're orbiting a few times there.
Mm-hmm.
It says you're orbiting
What?
a few
I am.
times.
What are you? Why?
Did you get him back in yet?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's back in.
Okay.
I thought your goal was to meet up with the space station.
Oh no, that's going to be the next mission. This is mostly just a bit of like trials.
Did they even have enough food and water to last however long you sent them around the planet?
What do you mean in space? 3 hours?
It's a bit hard to tell when the time warp apparently jumps up to like 300%.
Yeah, that's what I mean in space. 3 hours. Let's do the time warp again.
Right, so...
3 hours till I go get the children's.
I have a plan of what my ops can be.
That's good.
I just need to find some location.
Win, Cecil, if I do a continuation of the one I did on Wednesday, would you two be up for Cohen again?
Which one was
Yeah.
that?
The one we did on Wednesday, the one you just helped me with.
Oh, okay. Should
I mean,
we-
obviously, if you're available.
What day are you planning on doing it?
I haven't planned it yet because basically I'm trying to work out. I was talking and thinking last night because I wondered if about doing it during the weekday again, because obviously that means that like Dolly can come and it might be, and it's obviously easier for you, Cecil, because you're busy at the weekends like Dolly is.
Yes.
But that would obviously mean like I couldn't actually start prepping the op until 8 o'clock. But my thought was if I literally build everything I need and have it as an SQL file, like, and then send like that SQL file to say like Wind and talk with you two through beforehand, and we literally plan the op. Like, basically, we could run the op, but you have, but like it need to be like you two set it up, and I turn up basically in time to do slot and do the brief, and then come through. But then I feel bad because that would be literally like it's my op, but I asked you two to do all the setting up for it.
I'm fine with that.
Don't bother me.
And basically, I mean, this is what I mean. I just wanted to float the idea before I propose it, kind of thing, because I wasn't going to assume that would be okay, kind of thing, because I'm not a dick.
Well, you know what they say
I'm
about
okay with it.
assumption.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like I wanted to check first, because basically, the next time I'm available during the week is literally like, I think it turns out like something like the but it's near enough Christmas because there's no more the next time the kids are off is Christmas kind of thing. But then I will have time because as soon as they break up, they'll be going to their mums because it's her turn to have them for Christmas this year.
Yeah.
So they'll go to hers for like the week before Christmas and then Christmas Day.
I mean, Wind. Sorry. I mean, Ed, if you did do the thing to set up an SQF thing, you can put down the infantry as well.
Do they come as well? Do they?
Yep.
Oh
'Cause
wow!
You can spawn everything all at once.
Oh, that's amazing.
It obviously takes longer to load,
Yeah, but
you can. It also remembers pre-designated routes that you get them to patrol on. So if you get them to set up a patrol cycle, they'll automatically do that.
Yeah.
So you can do all of that on the SQF thing. So.
Oh wow, that makes it even easier. Oh, that's good. I was not aware of that. Yeah, I just need to have a think about it and what to do next because, I mean, I put like Eagle Summit 1 in it just because it gave me the option of doing another one. It was just very much I want if I was going to do another one depended on if that one went well, because if people didn't like it, obviously I wasn't going to try and run something similar. But I think it went okay, and I think people weren't bored and stuff in it. Well, I think you mentioned. Oh wait, no, Crowder's not here, is he? I think Crowder mentioned that it was a little quiet for like the guys in the squad during the first part of it. But
Yeah, we tried to get that where you remember we talked about
having guys walk up to him and
I'll be
stuff.
back in a second.
Yeah, but it was when they were doing it, it was quite hard because we were wrangling a lot of AI.
Yeah.
That because of NDs.
The
fact that we're all running away, and it was like
Yeah, that was the big issue. Every time one of them ND'd, it would send the civilians in a panic.
We need to remember to put the AI on careless, because that is the only solution to that.
Yeah. I think it went alright though.
I thought so.
Because I mean, it was quiet, but then I think we made up for that with the assault on the
Oh yeah,
on
most
the village,
definitely.
and then the arms dump compound. Which must have been interesting on the ground. Literally an assault across several hundred meters of open ground, being covered by the GPMGs and the javelins. And we know that the guys with the javelins had a fun time because they fired off what, like 30 to 50 of the fuckers.
It seemed like people had fun. Then of course there was the whole restriction part, but fuck
Well,
that.
well, that's just we would.
Yeah.
Got to remember Marky's stream, we kept that kind of in house, didn't we? But that's just something to remember for going forward.
Hmm.
I think I've built a nice little ship.
Well, your Kerbals aren't
my
screaming
food is
anymore,
not
at least.
here. My food is coming.
What have you ordered?
Burgers.
Isn't it only like 4 o'clock at yours?
Yeah. But I haven't eaten anything yet today.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Don't do a me. It gets people upset at you.
It's just fast travel. Yeah, I have a few options for getting my Kerbals to the space station. I've got this one, and I also have my single stage to orbit plane.
Hear me out, Mark. Giant ballista.
What about a catapult?
No, not a capital.
How about a superior trebuchet?
No, ballista. Ballista is the way forward.
One does not simply walk into Mordor. What about a catapult?
Some people do.
What about giant fucking birds?
You're a bit fast there, Mark.
I'm going a little
You're also a bit
faster.
high. Smooth.
Bounce. Thank you, Cat Gato. Thank you for the follow.
Cat gat.
It's the person who followed it. Just, I need to.
Thank you, cat.
With DCS, you have to set all the fucking like sensitivity curves and shit on your
You don't have to.
stuff. You know, I thought
It
you
helps.
had to, otherwise it just wasn't very good.
It helps.
Three hours isn't really enough time. I don't think 3 hours is enough time to really get into DCS at the minute. Might poke Dolly tomorrow. Mark, there's Mark. Building Mark.
Mark is definitely the one to speak to about the F-15 there.
I don't know how to operate the radio though. All I know is just how to go fast and blow shit up.
Oh, I wonder if this
That's
is
all you need to know.
I wonder if this is a proper email. Your Apple ID has been locked. Click on this verify account link to unlock.
Yeah, sounds
Do it.
legit
Yeah.
to me. Do it, mate.
Sounds
do it,
legit.
do
Oh.
it.
If you do not respond within 12 hours of this email, your Apple ID will be suspended and you will no longer be able to access. Access what? Kind of just leave that. That's a very open.
Yeah, well, your Apple account, obviously.
This is nice though. We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you and appreciate your patience with our security measures. Sent from PA9B4SWJ7HS9 at newcaronline.com.
Nice.
Sounds legit.
That is a proper legit one.
Yeah, that's not a fucking bot spawned email address at all, is it? Oh, is this just now a massive version of that play, Mark?
No, this was my my SSTO
Oh,
that
your
I built
single
yesterday.
stage to orbit. So basically, for that last one, you just literally scaled down your STO.
Kinda, except just well, put a rocket underneath it to get into orbit.
Yeah, you scaled it down and put a rocket on.
This one does not need a rocket.
Oh yeah, because it's an STO. Still think you need a way of adding the giant ski ramp. This is the way forward.
I like that the other one. This one actually takes off before it reaches the rope.
Look at applications. There's so many places that will be interesting.
Yep.
Wasn't Izardi's yesterday on the
Nope.
Yes, it was.
Was it Columbia?
Did you help Cozy?
Yeah, but
You have no idea.
there were a lot.
Win, do you know
Of
where you
stuff.
are right now?
Oh, there's his doorbell. So right now he's
Huh?
there's like a child for his food. Good night, has cheese. Tell him he's not allowed to have a bite until he gets to your house.
Can't see the space station yet.
How did the gun left get fired?
Oh, he's always a madman. This thing could be on fire and he'd be smiling.
Probably she's a Columbia song.
I think we haven't. Columbia hasn't been used again, like this week, other than
Food. So apparently the delivery guy knocked on my neighbor's kitchen window, put down the food, and just left.
So he didn't even knock on their front door. He just knocked on a window and left.
Yeah.
Oh, I think this is going
I
to be
do
a failed
live in
attempt.
apartments, but yeah.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a failed attempt.
Why are you not getting there fast enough?
No, I'm not. Well, look at my speed. It's going down.
That's your surface speed, but you're going horizontal.
Slightly, my orbital speed is increasing.
Yeah, it's your orbital speed you would need to worry about, isn't it? It's because obviously you're slowing because a lot of your energy is now being put into going upwards.
I am gonna disappear into my feet.
Is it a good burger?
Yeah.
Good enough to
So-
share?
It's so good he decided to end the stream. He's like, "Fuck you, I'm leaving."
Fuck. I am leaving and eating. I will be back.
Yeah, and to be fair, when I activated the rocket engines, I was going about 300 meters per second slower than what I should have been.
So you got impatient.
No, I think I climbed at the wrong angle using the jet engines. Nah, looking at my Delta V, I'm not going to make it.
Well, don't look at your Delta V then.
Yeah, come on, believe. You've got to believe, Mark.
I believe I can fly.
Relaunching it.
I believe I can touch the space station.
But now you got to wait for the space station to come around again. haven't you?
Think about it every night and day.
Billy's not happy. Jebediah
Is having
would probably describe his mood as green. Because Jebediah's a bit strange. Then we describe him as that, but then eventually we'll find out that he's one of those people that can see sound. So he's literally described as green because of what games, so just turning everything green and the vibrations.
it's a slower. It's a lower.
I was about to say a phrase that I realised was Felicity Sherlock. That means a lovely I got to the stage where I just feel it's really wasteful.
Not really. Use the insides of the
Yeah, no, I feel it's wasteful because the kids don't like it. So they like making it, but they don't eat anything from it. So, plus, I don't know. It's just not working much faster now.
Very
Like-
Americanized.
Well, it's like the kids want to, like the kids obviously want to go trick or treat because it's pretty sweet, effectively, isn't it? But my thought is that it is very Americanized. You can never tell who's taking part in it and who isn't. And unlike America, where it's the where it's like you struggle to find a house that isn't taking part in it in the UK, especially where I live, you struggle to find a house that is. So it's kind of seems pointless.
There we go. Going much faster.
Are you going to played? Are you going have you toggled the switch for ludicrous speed?
Well, I'm going like 350 meters per second faster than what I was last time. So
No, Mark,
You've
have
always
you
gotta
toggled
flick
the,
this- Yeah.
have you flicked the switch for ludicrous speed?
I don't know what that means.
I am severely disappointed in your lack of any of watching any
Ludicrous.
good movies.
Ludicrous is not in this franchise.
Ludicrous speed. It's from
Ah.
fucking Spaceballs, man. It says going to Plaid. Going to Plaid, going to Plaid.
Yeah, I've never seen Spaceballs.
You disappoint me.
Yeah, I disappoint a lot of people. Don't worry, I'm used to it.
It's like I don't even think you've watched Super Troopers yet, have you?
No, I
Have
watched
you
Super
not
Troopers.
watched Super Troopers?
I have
Super
watched Super Troopers.
Is an awesome film.
Oh,
It
no,
was
have you
okay.
Have you watched it in one go? Because I know you said, "Oh, I've started watching it, but then I stopped to do something else," or something. Like
I watched it over the space of a day.
Yeah, exactly. So you didn't watch it in one go.
So, Mark, what is your thought on shenanigans?
I like shenanigans.
Shenanigans? Hey, father, what's the name of that restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the walls?
The next person that says shenanigans, I'm going to pistol whip.
Father, what's the restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the walls? Oh, shenanigans? You guys talking about shenanigans? Oh. And then, of course, there's the immortal line of, "Who wants a mustache ride?"
Don't forget right meow.
Oh, I love that. Although if you
Yeah,
count up how many times they actually say meow, how many times they say it, I think there's a slight discrepancy. If I remember rightly. It's been a while
Look
since I
how
counted.
close that approaches. That is a good launch.
Until they crash into each other.
Just Not gonna happen.
I like as well the scene where she goes into the restaurant to meet him in disguise, and they're like dressed as bikers, and she's gone in as like an actual motorbike biker, and he's there as fucking dressed as someone who who goes cycling,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, bikers! I'm stupid."
I was sorry, I've been watching the Broken Lizard guys because they're doing
You said that
Tacoma
Tacoma FD.
FD. Very funny.
I've still yet to watch it, but that's just because I don't tend to
Oh,
watch
there it goes.
TV.
I don't need to play catch up.
Yeah, you're not catching that.
No, I'm gonna catch it.
Nothing now.
Okay.
So are you gonna catch it? Because I can't tell what any of those markers mean because I don't play this game.
They're the rendezvous markers. Right. So technically, I'm heading towards it.
What the? He's spinning.
Hmm?
Why are you? Or is this? Look like you're just spinning sideways, kind of like just lazily because Jebediah got bored.
I didn't know I didn't get bored.
Oh, too far, too far, too far. Right, okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh shit, was any other round I thought then just...
Careful, 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 Mark. You don't want to dent the multi-billion Kerbal dollar spaceship.
Oh. Come on.
You just bounce off it.
Yeah, it just bounced. Hang on, it'll sell. Give it a second, it'll connect.
You did it. Congrats, Mark.
There. And they're in.
They robbing shit.
Well, this is actually like still unmanned. I haven't actually put anything in there yet.
You want to make sure you have it down pat that you can do resupply runs, otherwise they'll starve.
Yeah, this is mostly just practice, just to make sure that I can do this over and over and over again, which so far I can. So, yeah.
I shall be right back.
I'm going to do one more orbit and then return the Kerbals home. to get the ship as light as possible. Okay, all fuel has now been dumped. All unnecessary fuel has now been dumped. So, time to just prep for re-entry. Here we go. land it, or is it going to crash and burn? Graphical glitch. Ta-da! Oh, I do like Kerbal. I like it a lot. Ugh. Time is it? 3:30. I've got about an hour. They've redesigned some of these engines, so I can't remember what most of these are. Ah. That's cool.
I'm back.
Hello.
And I have ice cream, so I am happy.
Nice. Hmm. I don't know how this is going to work. Hello.
Hello.
Come back.
Ah, that was not. I'm almost to the point that I could go in and have a nap, but it's a bit too late for that.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh. Alright, what goes in here? Thank you, G83. Thank you for the follow. can't tell. So hi, Roomball. I am pretty good. Right. Awesome. Rid of that part. Might do.
Did you create a Me of Mark character for it?
For what?
For tonight.
Oh, I had to make a character?
No. If you wanted to, you could create a character which is to be your evil doppelganger to be part of the Op 4. And AC was literally like renaming them, gave them the kit that you wanted and stuff.
Ah.
To be fair, I think he did say that he would be accepting submissions literally until the op started. So you have time to create a Me of Mark.
I haven't decided if I'm going tonight.
I think it's gonna be tonight.
Is that Sarah Wynn?
I really think this could be going blah blah words. Fuck.
Enunciate.
I think it's going to be fun tonight.
There it is.
Yeah, and the freedom obviously involved is quite nice as well.
Mm.
Like whoever gets the asset cruise will have fun.
I hope everyone will.
Be interesting to see what they go with. I mean, jealous as well. Jealous is a word, but but it'll be interesting.
What if I already have a Moon Runner? Call it Moon Runner 2 for now. Because I already have one. Oh no, I don't. Um, okay.
Add 6 templates.
This has got far too much Delta V for its own good.
Is there such a thing?
When you see what it's gonna look, I haven't actually seen what it looks like full sized yet.
Mhm.
That looks somewhat phallic.
A little bit.
By person. Alright, where's the moon? I'm there. The moon is I can't remember where I need to launch from. It's about here. Oh well, it's the worst that can happen.
Explosion!
I'm not gonna lie, I half expected to press launch and it not get off the launch pad. Genuinely half expected just not to launch. Bye.
I've just read what RunePod's put, which is interesting if you were in the armored target, in the armored vehicle, but if you're not, you might just end up making it so the players just die. Other players die constantly. Which is why when I made my doppelganger, I gave it stuff, but not enough stuff that that when I face it, like if I face, basically I gave it stuff that if I faced it as an op for it in an op, which obviously what we're doing, but you know what I mean, like I wouldn't immediately go, this is fucking OP as shit, we can't do anything against it.
You're way too nice, Ed.
But I put my guy in his doppelganger and I gave him the SIG 556. Because as we were discussing the other day, when that thing is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I just gave him like
very favorite weapon.
I gave it just the hornbill 6 times. So it's a 6 times. So it's like basically it's a designated marksman role, not an actual sniper. Like it'll be good at medium range, but obviously the hornbill sight 6 times also comes with a red dot, so it can. But then again, the AI, I don't think the AI even switch sights, do they? If they've got multiple sights, but then they don't need to, do they? They don't even need to. They can just, they're just the AI. They do what they want.
Yeah.
But I really like the SIG 556. Well, I like this SIGs in general, which is why last time we got to take what we wanted. I took a 556. No, I took a 530. I took one of the 556 caliber ones. Just because I really like them. Oh, it was Fishes on Friday, wasn't it? Fishes. I took a 556 caliber one of the 6 and just really liked it.
The moon.
You're just pointing yourself at the moon.
It's kind of what you do.
Oh, Mark, you didn't even give them a window.
They have windows. A window there.
Not where they can see out of.
Right.
They need to see where they're going.
Yeah, you can see where he's going.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wind, I'm not too nice for my own good. I'm just. This is how people should be.
Yeah. Too nice. Way too nice. I did something similar. I basically told them headgear and a weapon attachment, and then said I don't really give a fuck about the rest.
Yeah. Are you actually trying to go to the moon?
I'm going to the moon.
Hello,
Hello.
person.
Hello.
Hello.
Ah,
Any better?
Is it still
Yeah,
attached?
it's still attached.
Good.
So that's the start.
So, we call fish later.
Yeah, please
Ah.
don't make fish cut it off.
now Fish will give you a new one.
Oh, it's a replacement.
Yes.
Can I get one in the same hue as I currently have, or is there like?
I
No
think
free
you're gonna
choice?
have to go with whatever's available.
Oh,
Usually I would ditch this by now. It's got some fuel. I
Oh,
might as well use
Here,
it.
there you go. Wind and Crowded. Julie's posted a meme that
Oh,
might
God.
tickle you as programmers.
Wait, hang on. Pick on them as programmers.
Well, you're streaming. I didn't think you'd want to, go over there while you're streaming, but it would tickle your fancy as well. So have a look when you can.
I've seen it before, but it's always good.
I'm afraid of implementing that in.
What is it?
Have a look.
It's a comment in a code that basically says, when I wrote this, I didn't know what I was doing.
I know.
I still don't know how it works. If you try to optimize it, increase the counter below with 1 hour.
It's literally like
As a warning to the next person, and then it says total hours wasted here equals 254.
yeah, it's like, dear programmer, when I wrote this code, only God and I knew how it works. Now only God knows it. Therefore, if you are trying to optimize this routine and it fails, brackets most surely, close brackets, please increase this counter as a warning to the next person. And the meme is like literally always pay attention to the comments in codes.
Although, if you increment that counter with 2 more, you can't store it in an 8-bit. Then you need to increase storage space.
See, that's why it doesn't work.
That's why you use taps over spaces.
No, this is why that's why that code doesn't work. All the memory's being spent on that fucking comment.
There are a story of I can't remember what program it was. It was like some weird program that a lot of companies used on the old Windows platforms, where basically they put in like a 500 megabyte comment for their startup function, because then it had to run through that before it got to the actual code, and that gave it a time delay that it needed, because for some reason it would fail if the comment wasn't there.
Oh, I remember something about that with race conditions and.
Yeah, I can't remember.
To be honest, we also have that. We have that in Armor, like in a few functions. I have to explicitly wait a few seconds before I try to execute it, because otherwise, on initialization, the game hasn't registered that you are indeed Zeus, even if you are. So yeah, it exists.
Today I had a problem to solve, and looking at it I thought, I know how to do that, I'll use threads. 1 day later, I now have 2 problems.
Oh god.
Or even better, now I too have problems.
Oh, yeah, that's wonderful. Oh, it's too real. It's too
Yep.
real, man.
Way too real, way too work.
Yeah, I'm glad I very rarely have to do multi-threaded programming.
Yeah, same.
Mainly
Oh,
because...
even better. Knock knock. Race condition. Who's there?
Fuck off.
Oh, this is too nerdy, Wind. But it's great.
Ta-da!
gain space!
I have actually no idea how much fuel this stage actually even has.
Well, somewhat until you actually see the moon, and then you burn until
Oh,
you get there.
fuck, praise, this thing's going to be unstable. So I thought I created it on both sides, it only didn't really create on one side. Fuck.
Is that literally called baguette?
The get external tank. I'm fucked. I'm not getting off the moon.
Well, time to launch a rescue.
Oh no, I'm not even on the moon yet, but I can guarantee I'm not going to get off it.
Yeah. Have the rescue just off it.
Just slingshot round and go home.
Oh god, that's
No broom ball, this stage doesn't have enough fuel in. My lander stage won't have enough fuel in to get off. Oh well. Time to land on the
but
moon anyway.
You would love to read this conversation.
Oh god.
Someone non-developer is complaining in Ace Medical, and they have some certain views about how stuff should be
done.
done. Yeah. And it's
Oh,
like-
great.
It's just
It's open source. Do it yourself.
yeah, that's what they tell him, but it's just like essentially he's complaining that the bandages are not completely realistic.
Yes. It
Well,
is a game.
Essentially, it says it's weird that the packing bandage doesn't probably hold against a puncture wound. And the Ace replies that it's more of a balance thing than a realism thing. Because they have to balance it as well somewhere. And then they're like, but the whole point of Ace is realism, ? Making everything 100% realistic is not fun. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
And then he's
who'd have
like,
thought?
game balance should be a mission designer's job, and not Ace.
It's not how it works.
That's just exactly not how it works.
And then they go, then they reply back
Because then Ace should delete every single setting they have and require everyone to set those themselves.
Oh fuck.
But yeah, then Ace replies back, a mission designer can't balance bandages effectiveness.
Yeah, you
and he
literally
just,
can't.
and he
Look.
just go, yes they can, just make it less available.
I mean, he's got a point.
Oh.
Yeah, well, it is a point. It's not so realistic in terms of this, and well, it's also funny to see that he says like, Ace replies, okay, that might work for you, but not for everyone. Additionally, everyone needs to relearn the system. We're talking about around 1 million players. And it's like 1 million players, and they actually have 896,000 subscribers to Ace right now.
That is really fucking cool.
That's a lot. And then like
Yeah,
from
we'll
the few...
get there, Crow. We'll get you there.
Yeah, we are. What are we?
Well, it's not that hard. We get you merged into Ace.
No. We are okay. We are actually the Zeus mod is 10,800 subscribers right now,
Ah,
and the Electronic Warfare is 8,500.
very good.
And I bet a few more would instantly jump on Warfare if I had Acre radio support.
Oh yeah, if you go Acre, you could probably double that.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just good anyway.
Did you, by the way, did you get in contact with the Acre developers?
No, I never got to it. There's
okay.
there's a Slack channel on Ace. Essentially, it's the Ace Slack I'm on, which is open for everyone, and they have an Acre 2 channel. So I'm gonna ask in there.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I know that they have you can register your custom power calculation function, where it's just a function you register, and then it returns the power of the signal you send out, essentially, or you receive.
Yeah.
But it's a bit cumbersome if I have to then in that calculation make sure to check, okay, this unit, is it within the range of any jamming, and then adjust additionally, adjust accordingly. And it's probably doable and not that bad, but I'm just wondering if there was an easier way that wouldn't require making a new way of doing it.
Yeah.
But I'll ask them in there when I have time. The main issue right now actually is that for once, my div server is not up right now. I need to find a new one. And second, that it's like, yes, I can try and go in and test with aircraft, but I have never used it before. So how the hell do I start?
Where the fuck do you start with Acre?
Yeah, it's like it's probably not that bad, but it's I don't know the system at all. So going in to try and test the jamming is a bit, and then I need people to help me test it, and they also need introduction. And then I just kind of like, okay, that's some other issues instead. I want to do it at some point, but time constraints and motivation is a huge thing. What template are you on now?
Number 7.
Working class.
It's generous.
Nailed it.
You hit the moon?
I'm on the moon.
Nice. Let's see.
Yay! And it is the
I'm
Mun,
watching
it's not Minmus.
I'm on the moon.
Ooh.
Do you want to know something I forgot?
A ladder?
Ladder.
Yeah. Because I have done that many times. When I landed, and then figured, oh,
Does the
fuck, they
does-
can't jump.
does the jetpack work? Like how effective is the jetpack on the moon?
Very.
Okay, so
Very
the jetpack can
A
actually make
bit
me
less
fly.
than Minmus, but you can no problem get up there if you can actually get the grab on. There should be on your crew hatch. There are things you can grab on, right?
Mark, are you playing?
Yeah, that should
Are
be
you
a
playing
problem.
like the sandbox version or?
Yeah, one sandbox. Hey.
It's a very cool lander, I must say. It looks amazing.
I am. Excuse me. I'm going to jump down to one of the public channels because I'm going to go play a game of War Game with Nelly. So I will still be watching the stream, Mark, and I might pop up after. Well, probably will do because I've only really got time for one game before I've got to go get the kids. So I'll speak to you guys in a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah,
Bye.
See ya.
should be it. I like crowded.
Nope.
Look what Susa start with now.
Nailed it.
Ah, perfect.
I just thought, what? Why don't Susas do that? Oh, I should probably just do that.
Have you seen AC's image?
Yeah, it's very cool.
I am gonna regret that that I'm gonna run with a white scarf myself, and the enemy is also having one.
Oh, I'm absolutely gonna bring. Well, I'm gonna do that loadout,
Yeah,
more
exactly.
or less. The beret, the scarf, and the octopod.
Probably the same here.
Because it's not fun if there's not at least a little bit confusion.
Although I'm gonna make sure that I remove all black from the camera. But yeah, it's PID is gonna be interesting, but it's gonna be good fun.
That was template 7.
Mark, you make me want to play KSP now.
Yeah, I'm also just sitting here itching. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Ta-da.
I asked you earlier, but I don't know if I got an answer or I just forgot.
20
But
templates to go. Jesus.
were you playing with the mods, Mark?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm playing vanilla KSP. I do. There are some ones I like to get. I like played KSP back in like the old days of some like the properly old mods
Yeah.
that aren't available anymore.
Well, many of them are merged into the game.
Yeah, but they don't have the do you remember the Keithan or Cathani?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I missed that.
That was a good mod.
I had almost what was effectively could be described as like a train on the moon
Mm.
that just went around mining Keithane. And then there was a lander that would come down, land on top of it on a point, on a what's it called, docking port, balance on top of it, refuel with Keithane, refuel with the converted Keithane because I've converted to fuel and oxidizer, refueled the lander at the same time while also refueling its storage, blasted it back
Oh.
up,
Wow.
blasted it back up to a space station, and then I would have ships that would go to that space station to fuel up, and then they would then go out.
How much time did you? Holy shit!
That's a lot. That's very advanced. Jesus.
A lot. I also had a mod which created a launch pad on the moon, which was very fun. Right, I am not going to stage this yet because I can't. If I stage it, I will fuck up. So I want to.
I think I logged out with the sci-fi pack when I have 1.3 gigabyte left on my SSD file.
That's nothing.
No, but I have ordered the new 1 terabyte M.2 drive. It will be here tomorrow.
All right, ready?
Hey
3,
guys, I'm back.
2,
Hey, back.
1.
Hey, right.
Mark, could you mute for a second?
Hang on. Right, you muted. Yes. And I pinged him. Why?
he sent the Digby thing
unmute.
to me. Yeah, because I made the quick join thing that is never made it into the whitelist.
Well, now soon we'll have access to the whitelist.
Yeah, it's fine. It will need to be updated for the new IP anyway. But I should have it somewhere here. When did we find it?
I did it wrong.
Don't do it wrong, Mark.
Did it
You're
wrong.
gonna be stranded. Then you need to do a rescue mission to refuel or save them. That actually comes as a PAA for your wind already.
Oh, fuck. Okay, right.
That Mark, there's a lot of swearing there.
Yep.
It sounds like you're about to do a rescue mission.
Yeah, a rescue mission is going to be needed.
What did you do,
Alright,
Mark?
I'm out of fuel and I'm not even in orbit. I knew this was going to happen. I knew I was going to fuck up. But no, I was like, nah, that'd be funny.
The PAA I sent to your wind is this logo, just so you know.
I was gonna use if you click with Discord and then scroll all the way to the top.
Oh yeah, that would be great on a flag.
Yeah.
You could actually replace the function I sent to you. You can actually replace flags texture, so it will show up on a flag that is movable.
Oh.
Yeah. The function I sent for you is for replacing flag textures, not for the signs.
Oh.
Okay. I'm in orbit. So rescue mission probably not needed. At least not yet.
That's alright. I just did a terrible takeoff in a Harrier, so like I almost hit the ground. That's how bad it was.
What wind do you have?
So that
Do you have-
path, that's relative to the PBO file.
It's relative. Okay, it's relative to the root of the mission folder, I believe.
Okay.
Hang on. Add texture to mission. So, I'm sure I saw someone telling me how to do that.
God, I fucking hate the camera system in this game. I fucking hell.
Who makes a YouTube video and the first thing you see is a slow zooming in white text saying, "This video performs best if watched on web browser in high definition and annotations enabled."
Especially since annotation isn't a thing anymore.
Well, okay, it is from 2013, but still. This was created with Alpha 3 Alpha. Armor 3 Alpha. Wow,
Fuck.
that's a few years ago.
Yeah.
Alright, fuck it.
Yeah, but when I believe if it is in the root of the PBO, you should just be able to.
So basically, just put
reference
it in the mission folder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I pack it to PBO, and then you should be able to reference the name from root, I believe. As long as you reference it from within the editor.
Yeah.
I still can't find that texture that guide where I found how to actually do it back then.
So Crowder, we got you working hard, have we, since you become a mod? Server operator?
No, we're letting him take the slow route in.
Oh,
We're just
okay.
waiting until we get access to the new server. Then he's on full time.
Yeah. Well, I guess so.
I feel like that should mean that Crowded Spark. I think all the server mods should have an own little slot they can always go in, and you're always an engineer, medic, and
and Zeus and invisible and
yeah. Just immediately just be able to go in and go, yep, I can do this now.
We have that.
Do we?
Yeah.
Ah,
I don't know
why
if
not?
no, it's not in the new template.
did people get
Like
angry?
the Markbark and Sparkbark.
I do remember that being in the old template.
Did people get angry?
I don't think they're going to be noticed.
No idea.
I never
just
noticed
know
how
that
that
I know that they're not in this template that I'm working out of, because that's the one Spark said I should be working on.
Oh, I just thought of an idea that could be fun for like something like April the 1st or something. In this Zeus mod, then add some kind of Easter egg that is only gonna be displayed for people with a certain Steam ID or name. So like, Win get a zombie that spawns and follows him.
Oh, fuck you.
Do I just get a mortar just with me constantly?
Yeah,
Yeah,
always,
like attached
whenever
to your head that you can't see past it. It's like a sensor, a black sensor line, but it's just in front of your eyes.
No. So the from like Doctor Who, the angel statues, you get one that's just a mortar instead.
Please no.
It just never moves.
No, it just follows you around. So when you move and you look behind you, there's always a mortar.
You're evil. Remind me again why I invited you to this community?
Wait, you're the reason he's here?
Yes. You can blame our friend...
that is actually true, yeah.
Yeah, you can blame our friend Tom. And our friend Steph.
Yeah. Long time since I last talked to them.
I spoke to Steph recently, but Tom's very busy.
Yeah, he's still streaming his arts and crafts.
You mean his model painting?
Yeah, model maker. That's one thing. Yeah. I think they'll probably be back playing some games with the new Battlefield if it looks good enough. I think last time I talked with a step where he was busy trying to optimize stuff in his work shed. But yeah, you weren't kidding back then when you said this is a good community to join, Cecil. So I'm pretty happy you threw me this way.
Well, I still remember the first mission that we ever played, where you basically got me to call a mortar strike on myself.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. That mission was quite something.
It was entertaining.
Very the first mortar strike I called in where we were pinned down. I swapped around the X and Y axis by mistake. I didn't know better. so some mortar just landed close to some
church.
Yeah.
Well, there's no one in it. Is it in the toolbox to make a texture file?
Yeah.
Yep.
The armor tree. Let me just. Oh, hang on. Armor tree tools, and then it's the thing called image to PAA. That's right. And
then
you need to have the best is a PNG that is it has to be a multiple of 8, so like 512 times 512 or 256.
Okay, give me a sec. Then I need to prepare that thing.
Yeah, 1024 times 1024 is also fine. I normally use 512 times 512, depending on the size I need in game. And then to be exact, you need to rename it. The file that you put into this program, you need to have _CA, big CA at the end, because that tells it what kind of color engine it should use for it, essentially.
And boom, I've rescued the Kerbals.
Say again. It needs to. What would a good size be?
So a good size, I use 512 times 512 pixels. You can also do 1024.
Resize.
But for a flag,
512
that should be fine. Yeah. Worst case, you will have to try it when. 1,000
You're saying it should be 512, 512, but a flag is like.
Oh, that's a good point. I'm not. I wonder if the flag is special. You see that?
Actually, can I access that picture? Bit developer set. Oh, I need fish. Are you here?
What do you need?
I wanted the original source image.
I am here, yes, hello.
Fish, can you get the display banner, like the server banner file?
No, I cannot.
Damn it.
Only Digby can. Because it's on his computer, and that's where it's uploaded to.
Okay.
It's like your profile pics. It would take a picture that you've uploaded onto it. That's what it is.
Alright, fuck this. We'll do it this way then.
I might be away, Wind, if I remember the Discord key combinations correct.
Time for my Kerbals to return home.
Successful.
Hooray! Did you send up a second ship for it, Mark?
No, didn't need to.
How did you? Didn't you run out of fuel? How did you?
I ran out of fuel in the lander, so I just took the command module and used the command module to do the rendezvous.
Oh, okay.
Because that's got plenty of fuel. So yeah, the lander is currently raising in altitude, but it should eventually deteriorate enough. I can't remember what point the gravity takes over on the moon. If not, that lander's going to be flying around forever. I'll have to retrieve it. But yeah. No, the Kerbals are now returning home.
After a successful mission.
Mm-hmm.
This step by JavaScript.
Yeah, and I'm doing the burn to take him into atmosphere.
That's cool. That was a lot of green tracer though. Oh Jesus. Not have might have like someone being shot at, that would be a silly idea.
Yep. Okay, found it. Okay, so just opening Discord in a web browser and then inspecting the code gets you the link.
You can do that directly in Discord.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that, but now I have it.
Yeah, in settings, if you go into advanced and enable development mode, then Control-Shift-I opens the web tools.
Didn't know that.
I was looking for it here as well, but I couldn't find the actual link because for some reason it didn't want to show. And now I'm checking on the source. I'm checking every image that's getting loaded right now. I've been through almost all of them, and it hasn't reached the Digby banner yet. Nope. Is this the right server? Or is this the private conversation? Oh, this is the private conversation with you.
Resize to 512. Save as PNG.
Yeah, I found it. It was in a different folder. Also there.
Of course it was.
Why wouldn't it be?
Okay, so add a
Fine,
source
good.
directory.
You can actually change the size of this thing.
You can still.
Custom destination, yes. I want you to use this as destination.
When you need to, before you do it, you need to rename the file with the image that you put into this program.
Oh,
You should put underscore co at the end. So it's like something underscore co.png. With big COs. It's because it tells it what kind of color engine it uses for that texture.
so underscore CO.
Yeah. So I'll send you an example. That was when.
I'll just share screen. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Stop sharing.
Woo! And they have returned to atmosphere.
Yay!
Share screen 1.
So it's because you want to choose.
So this one.
This is what quality. Yeah, just do it with the uppercase, capitalized CO.
Okay.
It's because it means it uses the color diffuse map, which is the sRGB color space.
Ah,
You can also do CA if you want to have alpha with it. Otherwise, depending on what you do, it does different color maps. And I use CO for the textures images I put in. Although
so I want to this one.
Convinced it does a difference.
I want it to go here. Override existing. Don't give a strict naming. I have no idea what that
You
means.
don't need to do that. That's fine. And then just process. If it goes green, it succeeds. Nope.
Failed to convert. Well, it's probably not the correct size then.
You can check if you right click in.
Call diffuse as RGB.
In the washing. Yeah, it's for mini. Sarah got it.
Now right click on the PNG file, and where did you get the PNG file from?
I saved it from.
Yay! Nailed it. Bless you.
Where is it?
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
One more time.
Let's go.
Nope, I'm done.
Ah!
Okay, Jones.
Mate, how many times do I usually sneeze?
I
Too
don't
many.
know.
3.
So PNG files from this. Okay, so we want to resize it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm actually
let's.
unsure if the flags has a different is a different way you can do flags, because as you're saying, I don't think they are normally square.
Let's just do this. See what happens.
There we go.
Oh. God damn it.
Oh no, you can use dimension 512 times 256.
256. All right.
Yeah, so 512 on the long and 256 on the height.
256.
Huh. So I could orbit literally at this altitude. Should have known that.
Do you want me to crop it so it doesn't crop the image as bad? Is that possible?
No, I like it like this.
Okay, cool. Let's go for that.
Well, I might do it better, but right now I just want to see it work.
Yeah, of course. Interesting. Failed. But why did you open that? I've not seen that one before. When you export it as a PNG, can you select like the bit depth?
Yeah, probably could. Alright, let's do this properly. So,
Professionally, like you.
no, not professionally, no one's paying me.
It's probably.
Wait, you're not getting paid?
Oh, fuck off.
He gets paid in work. More work.
He gets paid in playing armor missions with the community.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, 500 what? 12?
Yeah. It's divisible by 8, essentially. And 256 on the other.
Yeah. But let's do canvas size.
I have a question, guys.
Hmm?
So the lander that I used to get to the moon is not to land on the moon, is in orbit perpetually now because it ran out of fuel and I didn't deorbit it properly. So do I send something to go and get it or just delete it?
How many Kerbals are in it?
None.
Delete it. Delete the fucker.
What? Don't send don't send a
just
rescue
stop
mission.
tracking it.
No. Send someone. We don't need space litter. We have enough space litter.
I would have just
ask
said
Snowball.
all I was going to do is just literally just send a probe to go dock with it with enough fuel to just deorbit it.
Yeah, that's fine. Or you can send something that intercepts it explosively, and it just disintegrates.
Just aims at it and just full power.
Yes. And when you get close, it has like small rockets. You can extra boost the power of it.
Was it 512 256, right?
Yes.
Alright.
Time is it?
That's fine.
I'm going to be having food soon, so
Then export it.
Yes. Save
I'll get it
as.
another day.
PNG.
Oh, you don't actually get options.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you just wait.
Okay. You want 24 bits? I will just double check the one I've done.
Right. I'm actually going to end it here because I'm going to be going for food and such. I might be streaming later. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be playing Arma tonight. The Formula One's on, and usually I watch that with family and stuff. But I'll see. I'll see what I want to do. KSP close down, please. KSP's not closing. Anywho, yeah. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will speak to you all in a few hours. Is there anyone who I can? Well, I might speak to you all in a few hours. Is there anyone who I can pass you off onto? No, there's no one I can throw you at. Big yard. Okay. I will speak to you all later.